How Swiss banks are closing undeclared accounts, Part 2. Hi, here is Enzo Caputo with SwissBankingLawyers.com. There is a big conflict of interest between a client with undeclared funds and his Swiss bank. The bank wants to get rid of you and your account in case you are a secret account holder. In this video you learn how to go out of the banking system and close the account. Swiss banks are suffering a huge pressure. They fear to be criminalized in the future. They fear to be associated having supported clients in doing tax evasion. They have to run after their own interests and convince the client to become tax compliant very rapidly, inviting the client to qualify for a tax amnesty. If possible, in some jurisdictions it's possible, in other jurisdictions it's not possible anymore, or to make a self-denunciation or to close the account. Due to the traumatic experience with the US Department of Justice, the Swiss banks are afraid. The witch hunt of the Americans can be an inviting signal for other nations to collect money from Swiss banks. The banks are not permitting cash withdrawals anymore. The risk to be accused for having assisted the client to hide the funds is too big. And to perpetuate tax evasion is too big. This behavior of the Swiss banks is illegal according to Swiss law. By Swiss law, the client can ask payment in Swiss francs with the execution officer in a specific procedure. The interest of the client is diametric to the interest of the bank. In such a situation, the client should hire us, because the conflict of interest is too big between bank and client. My first advice to the client: go out of the banking system immediately and take time to take your decision. I advise my clients having tax neutral money to close the relationship immediately and to go out of the banking system with the assets. The Swiss banking system is under the scope of foreign nations or foreign governments which have run out of money. They have no money anymore. It is not in the interest of the client to follow the advice of the bank. I advise the client on the legal situation. Swiss banks are not respecting the laws and the agreements anymore for such clients. They know exactly that the client with secret accounts will never file an action before court and risk to be discovered by the tax authorities at home. They made money with the clients for decades, the Swiss banks. Now the clients are criminalized. My second advice to the client: your banker is not your advisor anymore. You need to understand this. You need to hire a lawyer for appropriate advice. Appropriate advice can be only given if it's in your exclusive interest. We have to study and consider the tax legislation at home carefully and find a tailor-made solution for your specific situation. Each jurisdiction offers different solutions. Each case is different, and there are many different solutions to evaluate with the client. Each Swiss bank has a different policy with the treatment of undisclosed assets and with account closing procedures. In some cases, I advise you to buy physical gold. The gold investment will not produce income anymore. This can be an advantage. It depends on the jurisdiction of the client. Gold can be kept physically out of the banking system and transferred without the paper trail. All this is legal according to Swiss law for the moment. Legal for the moment. But this will change. You know, UBS will create a department starting the 1st of October for clients with secret accounts. A specific department. All UBS clients should go out of the banking system until the end of September. In the meantime, the client has all the time to consider his situation without being stressed by the bank. Let me give an example. If the client has a substantial age, he can transfer the assets to his son. Then it is up to the son to make a voluntary disclosure, taking advantage of the fact of not having transferred the assets to Switzerland. The client can wait for the next tax amnesty, or he can wait until there is a more investor-friendly government. He can carefully consider all his options and take a decision with the support of professionals, with the support of us, and not based on an advice of stressed Swiss bankers acting under a stress situation. These advices are given in a situation of panic and conflict of interests. Clients with secret accounts were passed over to junior bankers. Such accounts are not attractive for a senior banker. Each different country of each client offers different solutions. If you have a tax-neutral funds, if you have such funds, call me now. I'm happy to discuss your specific situation with you. Believe me, we will find a solution, a tailor-made solution to your specific situation. I'm happy to discuss your situation with you, free of charge. Be rich and remain rich. Have a wonderful day.